All right. Likutei Moharan, Torah Hey. So
Just moved it. It's still.
we are holding by. No, it's going.
It's good.
Yeah.
I moved it.
All right. So if somebody will complain, we'll tell them to come to you.
I'll give him tea.
You'll give them tea. Yes. So after it is mentioned, after we explain that in order for the voice to turn into thunder, which has the propensity to straighten out the heart, a person has to guard his mind from external fears and external wisdoms. Now, we're going to explain what is the tikkun. Somebody who already, verstukt his brain, filled up his brain with nonsense, and soured up his brain with outside fears and outside and external wisdoms. This is a very, very important nekuda. Vitamin, and you should believe. Ki kol matzuso meriva sheyesh ben hatzadikim hashleimim. All the arguments and disagreements that there is between the true tzaddikim, ein ze'ela, the only purpose that they have, these disagreements, kedei sheyagashu sitra v'chalanim. The only reason when you see machlokes between the tzaddikim is in order to chase away sitra achra. Because when a person was thinking of external awes and fears and external wisdoms and in taivas, and his brain is filled with them, so this, he comes to Kamabis. He brings a person to and Kamabis, and the damage of the covenant, it damages the drops of brain. The kivan shepagam kol kach, that the person is blemished so much that he was poiging with his brain drops. Then it is befitting to push that person away from Avodas Hashem.
What about what we just read about right now? Arguing on that book.
What's it got to do with it?
This machlok between tzaddik.
No. Reb Nosson said that he meant well, but the language that he used is very damaging. It's nothing to do with that. So all the machlokes, all the argument, because a person has damaged his brain. Now, when a person damages his brain, whatever a person does to his brain, it gives see, the thing is that each and every one of us perceives the world from our vantage point. I'm coming from here, that's what I see. You don't see what's going on in an Arab village between to do with me. There's so many different things that are happening in this neighborhood. You have a clue what's going on. People talk about it, don't talk about it, whatever. You don't hear anything from it. The way that your mind is, the kind of antenna that you made your mind to be, the receiver that you made your mind to be, that's what it gets. Certain things are not negate to you, certain things are beyond you, certain things are under you. Whether the kids in the park, they have dope, they don't have dope, it's nothing to do with you, don't hear anything, What are you talking about? Big argument with this one and that one. Goldish, you don't know anything. There's nothing yet to you, it's not where your mind is at. When a person is playing him in his brain, in brain drops, it was really what is befitting is to push him away from Avodas Hashem B'chlal. That causes an argument between the tzaddikim. Because the inside, it's not machlokes at all. It's not a strife altogether. The entire purpose of this machlokes is to push away those who were putting him in that tirpei moach, who damaged their brain drops. That will not come closer to the true tzaddikim. Mimele, the true tzaddikim will not bring him close to Avodas Hashem. Why? Because he sees that the tzaddikim are quarreling between them. He doesn't know who to come close to. Afilu, Reb Noson's shver, that the Rabbeinu called him a tzaddik. He's really a tzaddik. In the beginning, he started getting closer to the tzaddikim, Pinchas Mekoretz, whatever, the true big tzaddikim. And he heard the argument between them, so he figured they're both right, and he left the whole thing. He was not zeicher to be mevatel his das. He said, man, the truth of the matter, this kind of pushing away is only the nisayon, it's only a trial for the person to understand how far he has damaged. How come I hear this? Why am I hearing this? Well, I actually heard, that somebody in the shul told me, I told him that Nachman said that the Iker, so with pleasure, that when a person passes away with his beard and his payas, and his beard and payas, he has nothing to worry about. That person said it is impossible that Rabbi Nachman said such a thing. Because a beard is so ugly, that Rabbi Nachman couldn't have said something like this. What the heck are you talking about? Because aesthetically he thinks that without a beard is more beard. I'm thinking, what kind of... It's stupid beyond, as my son used to call it, it's stupid with capital stu. Right? I was like, please, do me a favor, crawl on the ground, make a voices of a carpet. Okay? Please. Just, I don't know why. It's like, as stupid as a hamster. Like, how can you say something like this?
Hey, why insulting my hamsters?
How can you mention something like this? Because according to his mind is so twisted that it can't be the tzaddik, the tzaddik, he didn't say that. It's like, I remember when I was young, they used to have a zoo in Tel Aviv. A zoo in Tel Aviv, right behind where the municipality is, the area. In fact, on the place of the area, this is where the zoo used to be. And there was an old Bedouin from the Negev that won the lottery. So he won the lottery, so, they treated him very nicely. So they took him for a tour in Tel Aviv. They took him to the zoo. He went in the zoo. When he passed the enclosure of the giraffe, he took one look and says, there's no such animal, and just continued walking. No such animal. Just be kidding me. I just kept on walking. It's like, the mind it's like, it doesn't fit. There's no such animals. Just continue. The same thing. couldn't be that Rabbi Nachman said that the beard is so ugly. It's just, please. This is the very fact alone that when a person hears the tzaddikim arguing between them and themselves, he has to understand the problem is with my mind. Why am I hearing this? Still come close to the tzaddikim. And so why do I hear this? Because I have blemished and damaged so much that I can not possibly come close to them except with this nisoyon. It's someone who is a fool. Someone who is a fool doesn't understand. He thinks the problem is with the tzaddikim, not with him. Hey, So he goes away with this, and he loses his world, loses his Shem Yerachim. But anybody who wants to have a true Rachmanis on himself, Adrabah, that fact alone that you hear the argument with the tzaddikim, like you have, between Rav Steinman and Rav Auerbach. Two tzaddikim. You know what's going on here. Two Elchim. They both mean well. But the people around them, everybody's taking sides. You fool. What are you taking sides? They're taking sides. To the point that Shem Yerachim.
They need your approval.
Adam, remind yourself, wake up from this. Remind yourself, because you hear about this machlokas, remind yourself where you are in the world and understand that this is your trial, this is your test. And Dafka come close to the tzaddikim amitim. And this is the thing that constitutes your tikkun forever and ever. V'zeh Perush, and this is what is said, what he says, Oizen Shoma Toichachas Chaim, an ear that hears the admonishment of life. Bekerev Chachamim Tolin, it will rest amongst Chachamim. Tolin is also from the root of tluna, complaint. It will an ear that hears admonishment of life is an ear that listens, that understands, that interprets correctly the complaints between the tzaddikim. Because talin lashon tluna or meriva. This is in other words, the argument between the tzaddikim. K'shata shomea meriva sheben tzaddikim. When you hear the argument between the tzaddikim, Teda, you should know, what they're doing is they are letting you have, they're admonishing you. That you have damaged your brain drops. Of which it is said, Kol be'el yeshivun. The Zohar Kodesh says there is no correction, rectification to Pagam HaBris. Because the brain itself is pagam. So that's why a person is being pushed away. That you are stuck to the side of death. Kras chometz. We'll just finish this. Because I want to say a little thing here that we said already before, but I'll say it again. I like the sound of my own voice. As Gavriel came down, that's the step down of the Gevuras, that you are far from the way of Chaim. This is an ear that listens to the admonishment of life. The machlokas between the tzaddikim, the strife between the tzaddikim, is in order for you to hear the admonishment that you have left the way of life. Teida should know it's kana. You should know that there is a reed stuck in others chokhmas chitzonius, external wisdoms, which is kana sitacha, They are stuck in the sea of your wisdom. And in bevadim lo nifga mochecho, and bevada if your brain would not have been damaged, lo haya nishma lecha meriva sheben tzaddikim, you wouldn't even hear the arguments between the tzaddikim. Ve'ena meriva la bishvilcha, the entire argument, the entire strife is for you. So that you will come back from death to life again. Mechametz lematzah, from chametz to matzah. Mechet lehei, from the letter ches to the letter hei. V'tashuv miyira ron, you will come back from a bad year, a bad fear. Mikol pogum, from a damaged voice. Mechochma pguma, from a damaged wisdom. The yira toiva, to a good yira. The kol toiv, to a good voice, the chochma toiv, to a good wisdom. And now, from now on, if you were to guard your brain from the illness of chometz, then it shouldn't be filled up, verstupt. As ayifgo kolecha begolgeltecha, your voice will hit your brain, will reverberate in your brain. And that will become a thunder. And the crookedness of your heart will straighten out. Then you will zoich to simcha. It's said to those who shalev simcha. וזה פירוש, and this is what he said, Ancho b'seser ram, I will give you tsar, I'll give you sorrow in the mystery, in the concealed secrets of Ram, of thunder. Evchoncho, and I will test you al mei meriva, on waters of strife. So you called me Ghost Mitzrayim when you were hidden, and I will answer you with open gvuros and wonders befaresia, even though I know that you're going to rebel against me. In Mitzrayim we called Kodesh Baruch Hu B'Seisa. Kodesh Baruch Hu did great miracles. Kodesh Baruch Hu knew the kind of shenanigans were going to run in the desert. Nevertheless, he still did that. And that which this is what Rashi explains, and what is alluded to in this particular pasuk, Kimei Merivo, waters of strife, because matzah. It says matzah shel matzah merivo, right? This is the strife. This is a war. But and the fact when a person is arguing with his ben hirurim, and he chased them away from his seichel, it doesn't let them sour up his brain. He's zoicha that his mind will be sanctified with the kedusha of matzah. This is pchinas moichin. This is when the intellects are clear.
It's the opposite of chametz.
That's right. This is when the voice, when it hits the brain, it transforms, it becomes thunders that straighten out your heart properly. But at Hashem, tomorrow, if you can remind me to talk a little bit about this particular union of the bitul hasechel to the argument of the chacham. Who volunteers to remind me? Zuchaloi.